Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today we got one for My Villain Academia. Yeah, not my hero, it's My Villain Academia now because we just hit this arc that everybody's been hyping up so much. You know what I'm saying? Talking to me like so much, like Big Dog, you gonna love this. This your type of stuff. Yes, this is my type of stuff because I actually really did enjoy the episode, but more so than the episode with My Hero Academia, whenever I get through watching the episode, I always go back and read the manga chapter 4 because I know with like these 25 episode shows, seasons, not that 25 episode seasons or whatever. There are some stuff like that the anime just can't put in there because they have to, like, you know what I'm saying, for certain space, you know what I'm saying, pacing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They can't put everything in there. Now, granted, if you take out, you don't do some like filler episodes, like you probably can, but you know that's neither here nor there. So for this episode, it was more noticeable than I think any, because one, the guy with the big nose, the guy who's the leader of the Metal Liberation Army, DeSorda. Gosh, I can't think of his name. I'm over here, got it pulled up and everything. Oh, there you go. Destro, that's his name. Jesus Christ. Um, and I think this guy's name is Redestro, yeah. But nonetheless, they have a moment with him in the manga that wasn't in this episode, and this actually happened around the same time that like Todoroki and Bakugo like first got their provisional license and saved those people from like the water guy, you know. And he's talking to like one of his subordinates about like the business and stuff, and like, you know, providing like stuff for metals. He don't even call it. He don't even really call it quirks. He call it like metals. And the guy doesn't necessarily agree with the meta liberation book that he had. He's like, oh, this. I think this guy was like a psychopath and everything. And so he chokes him out and kills him. All right. So I'm like, wow, we didn't see that in the anime. And there was a more where like we are following like Spinner from like the League of Villains, which is like the lizard guy. We're following him as while he's with the League of Villains, and we seeing what's going on with them. They're not in the best situation. They don't really got no money. Like they don't really got, like, you know, they're the League of Villains. They got the name, but it's like being famous, just like being broken famous. That's basically what like the League of Villains were, and they were just going around. They were taking people like stuff from like their houses and stuff like that, and they killed a couple of people. I'm like, this is something I would have wanted to see in anime because like the deaths was brutal. I'm like, okay, we get to see the League of Villains in action. But for the most part, this episode just pretty much focused on them versus Giganto Gigantomachia. Okay, I'm gonna hate that name is like that. Okay, Big G. I'm calling him Big G. That's what we gonna call it right here. We're gonna call him Big G. So that episode was pretty much mainly about, and the fact that he doesn't respect Shigaraki, and he doesn't like the fact that All for One like left Shigaraki in charge. So he just like, yo, I'm gonna whoop him. I'm sorry, master. I can't accept this guy as the guy who's going to lead. You know, and that's what it was. Like, he pretty much attacked the entire League of Villains. Even Dabi is fired, couldn't touch this guy. And we find out from the doctor, you know, the famous doctor that worked alongside of All for One. You know, they helped create no moves and everything like that. It's like, oh, this guy, um, with just like a simple voice record of All for One, it was able to stop. It was able to stop Big G and like calm him down. And like not only that, the doctor transports the League of Villains. He's talking to him. He's just like, "Yo, what you on?" He basically like, "What you on for?" You know what I'm saying? Why should I help you? What you got going? And we get some stuff on Shigaraki that kind of like throw your boy out. First of all, Tomoru Shigaraki is not his real name. Uh, it's like Toku Shun something rather along those lines. And I'm like, okay, that was something I was not expecting to find out today. Not only that, we find out about the hands. The fact that Shigaraki killed his entire family and the hands on him are the hands from his dead relative. I said, what the fuck? What? First of all, it's awesome because and then it makes you go back and just look at some stuff. Like I think it was episode me and my partner was talking about it. Just like one of the hands on the ground, he picked it up. He's just like, "Father, are you okay?" It's like you look at you. I know now when I go back and like watch certain episodes, I'm looking at them completely different. And the fact that he thinks once he has them, when they're on him, like he's so pissed off and so angry, but it also makes him be at peace. It's like this weird. It's not even a yin yang thing. It's just like a weird psychology that he has. But like, and he said that's the like he's never satisfied with anything, and he's always hating. That's why he wants to like destroy everything except what his friends want, which I like. I was just like, okay, this dude. He's now him trying to destroy everything. Obviously, that's bad, but he's a villain. Like he's this not no secret. He's a villain. Like he's a villain. He wants to destroy everything except for the things his friends care about. Spinner this whole time, like while I'm kind of thinking like, man, I wish they would have had some of this stuff in anime. Spinner is kind of like he even checked before all of this. There was in the mark. He checked Shiga. Like he grabbed Shiga by the shoulder. Like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what is this for? Like, I followed this because of what Stain was talking about. I feel like that's completely gone now. And I think through all of what's going on, like he pretty much starting to understand what Shigaraki is actually about. And I don't know if he's like leaning like, okay, I'm with it or I'm against it. We don't know because he seems like he's kind of on the fence. But like there's certain times when Shigaraki says certain things that he's just like, okay, I get it. But nonetheless, this also was taking place like a month and a half ago. So this is even before Endeavor was announced to be the number one hero. This was before the events of the Nomu that attacked Endeavor, the high end that attacked Endeavor, because we see this is where the high ends were created. These are the best Nomus. This is, you know what I'm saying? So the doctor created them, and he eventually like told Shigaraki, I was just playing. I just wanted to see what you was on. But one of the things I did like, and I thought was fantastic, was when he called Shigaraki out. He's just like, bro, Kurogiri babysat you, and like he protected you. Like you're just like a boy, a 20-year-old boy who's just I forgot exactly what the words were. But he probably pretty much kind of like bro, you doing about wine, you know what I'm saying, to get what you want. But like Shigaraki through all of this is keeping calm. Like Shigaraki is not going out of his way or trying to attack because it's just like it is what it is. I just need this guy's help. I'm trying to do whatever I can, you know what I'm saying, to become that guy. And in order to be that guy, they say, hey, tame Big G. And Shiggy looked at it as like a challenge, and like he was honestly excited to do it. Darby obviously didn't, but we know what Darby was doing. Darby was off recruiting Hawks. Darby was also off sending the high end to fight Endeavor. You know what I'm saying? He's having that stuff with that because we know there is something between those two. But I know the manga watchers, the manga readers already know, but for the anime watchers, we know there's something between Darby and Endeavor. Darby has to be told you. Gotta be. You know what I'm saying? So you have that. And then we go back and Shigaraki has been fighting Big G for a month and a half. That whole month and a half, you know what I'm saying, that we went back and we just went back forward. He was been fighting him for a month and a half, and people switching out because the other league members helping, but the main person that he wants is Shigaraki. Now, something gets even more interesting. This is what episode gets more interesting. We got Girin, who gets captured by the Metal Liberation Army, right? So in my mind, I always thought that the Metal Liberation Army and the League of Villains were like, comrades. I always thought that they was going to be comrades. We find out this episode that's not the case. Destro wants to get rid of the League of Villains. And in his mind, it's like he calls them. They tell like, "We got your boy. We've been leaving fingers everywhere y'all was at. We've been leaving his fingers everywhere y'all was at." Shout out to Gearing though for being solid, losing fingers, still not giving up no names. You hear me? That's solid as they get. You feel me? Hey man, get tortured. He ain't crying, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't give. He a hunter. He a hunter. Thought that was dope. What was crazy? It's like, hey, we can tell like the heroes where you at, cause we got you low. You know what I'm saying? We got a satellite. We got you low. We can tell them where you at right now. I'm like, damn. They can send you'll send them people on them, or either that, or you pull up on us and we gonna take care of it. The Meta Liberation Army, I think they just want people to be able to use their quirks freely. I don't fully understand this. I would love if somebody like explain more to like what their mission is, because that's the only thing it seemed like it was like, hey, we want people to use their quirks freely. And yeah, that's one thing, but like you have a whole army for that. I mean, I get it, but like, damn, people get behind anything. People just need something to believe in. And so she could like bet. She could say they're gonna pull up on. She gonna pull up on. Yeah. Only reason though, Shiggy is gonna pull up. You know, Big G gonna pull up. So it's gonna be like a big ass fight. Big G having to fight the 110,000 supporters of the Meta Liberation Army. We know that they don't have 110 right there. They're spread throughout, and we saw like the commanders and stuff. And you gonna have the League of Villains, because the League of Villains have to get stronger. That's one of the things. And like, how often do you see a villain training arc? How often do you actually chill with the villain and see them like getting stronger, getting better? This is basically what we see Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo, and the rest of the students at UA doing. Now we have the villains doing this, and like with no support, it's like they're in a much more dire situation, because like they out there on it. They have everybody after them. You know what I'm saying? Like they like the Shiei Saikai came after them. Now you got the Meta Liberation Army after them. It's like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I thought they just linked up with them, and because I know there's a war coming, but I'm like, now I'm kind of questioning like, who's gonna be in this war? Like, what? Like, who's a part of this war now? So it's really good. I can't wait to see what happens next week. Uh, like I said, I'm gonna keep watching the episodes, but like I said, after I finish the episodes, going straight to the manga just to see if anything got left out, because like they did leave out some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, I'm not tripping, because what they doing in the show still makes sense, and the stuff that they left out not gonna hurt the story at all. It's just kind of like, but if something does happen with Spinner, it's gonna be kind of weird that we didn't get to see the stuff that he was talking about, like when they broke into and killed the people with the skulls and everything. So that's probably the only other thing that I'd be like, okay. But if nothing happened with Spinner, then it doesn't matter. He just was basically he was our, Spinner's our eyes until like the League of Villains. So and if that's just the case, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't really matter how they do it. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought about the episode down in the comments. We here, My Villain Academia, man. We here. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later.